Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A woman is caught on camera torching someone's Jeep in Macomb County, but she didn't get away unscathed.
Michigan's top police union is endorsing President Trump, though it must also be noted, while spreading a falsehood about his opponent.
And another store customer taking out their frustrations on employees, but this time it wasn't about a mask. You may have noticed signs while out shopping. Many stores are not accepting returns right now as a safety precaution during the pandemic.
But when one customer of a Detroit business was informed of that policy, the owner says things got violent.
Larry Spruill takes us through what happened and what the owner and his employees are now doing to protect themselves.
The store owner tells me everything happened here outside of his store yesterday afternoon. He tells me that a woman showed up, tried to return some items, but that is against store's policy. He tells me that's when things went in a totally different direction.
I'm not gonna let no one attack me in my store no more. And you see the same place?
That's exactly what Kiba Faye, the owner of Afrocentric Connections at the corner of East 7 Mile and Gratiot, says happened to him on Thursday. Faye released this video and photos of the customer inside the store. He said she tried to return some items she bought about 10 days ago. Faye tells me that's against store's policy, and the signs posted on the doors clearly say, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Afrocentric Connections will no longer accept returns or exchanges. But she was not trying to hear that.
And now she attacked me from here and started punching me all over, scratching my face, and keep punching until the people on the street and some of the customers come and be in front of us.
Now he tells me his employees are forced to take extra measures for protection. They're now carrying a weapon.
Next time something like this happens, I'm not gonna sit down, I'm not gonna stand and wait, you know? Yeah, I'm not gonna stand and wait.
And I did reach out to police. A spokesperson tells me that they are going through that video trying to identify that woman. They tell me that this is under investigation. We're live on the Detroit East Side tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Okay, Larry, thanks.
Well, video of a Macomb County woman is going viral. She's now under arrest for setting a car on fire, and cameras show it did not go exactly as she planned. Macomb County Sheriff's deputies say this is 26-year-old Sydney Parham pouring gasoline in a Jeep. When she lights it on fire, the car basically explodes and she's thrown back from it. This happened Tuesday at the San Remo Apartments on Union Lake Road near Shook on I-94. The Fraser woman was treated for minor burns and cuts. She is facing arson charges. More on the investigation into why she may have done it coming up tonight on Local 4 News at 11.
Oh, my goodness. All right, now to a Local 4 News update. The man police say refused to wear his mask properly at a Utica restaurant has been arrested. Cameras captured him punching employees at Black Rock Restaurant on Hall Road earlier this month. Police say he was part of a large group that refused to stay socially distanced and wear masks. Utica police tell us the man has been booked and released, but we don't know his name or the charges he's facing.
Attorney General Dana Nessel's office says there is no evidence to seek criminal charges against police officers involved in a 2018 shooting in St. Clair Shores. Theodius Gray was shot by officers at the Lakeland Manor Banquet Hall. Nessel says evidence revealed Gray was causing a disturbance and brandishing a gun at the hall. It caused people there to fear for their safety. While fleeing, Gray fired at officers who then returned fire, killing him.
A local firefighter is out of the hospital after being badly injured by a semi-truck while trying to help someone else.
Yeah, Lincoln Park Fire Captain Doug Vance got a big reception today as he emerged from Beaumont in Taylor. Sean Lay was there for a very emotional show of support.
The wife of Lincoln Park Fire Captain Doug Vance tells us that doctors told him he may need a month in rehab for a bad head injury that he suffered on the job, but he's feeling much better, and he said he was coming out today no matter what for a very special reason.
Lights, sirens, first responders from all over downriver showing their respect, adding to the anticipation. Front and center, the family of Lincoln Park Fire Captain Douglas Vance.
I want to run a plane. I know.
All eyes on the front door of Beaumont Hospital Taylor for the moment they've been praying for. Captain Vance walking out, soaking in the moment. The The man you're looking at is 56. He's recovering from a skull fracture, broken bones in his ear, and bleeding on his brain. 14 days ago, Lincoln Park Fire responded up to I-75 to check on a crash victim. A semi slammed into the fire engine, throwing the captain 10 feet to the pavement. Ever the firefighter?
Wow. I mean, surprise! Yeah, surprise.
He's thinking of others.
If we had gotten there with that truck 1 minute later, that semi-truck would have killed the state trooper, the other ambulance people, and the people in that car.
The captain recovering quickly. He's motivated to be home.
What's coming up on Monday?
I have a wedding anniversary.
He really just wanted to be home for the wedding anniversary. He wanted to walk out. He wanted to show people he's good.
This woman here is my soulmate. It's our first anniversary, and I wanted to be home.
A sign of true love up close, a sign of respect all around for a man whose career was spent helping others. So what are the anniversary plans for this coming Monday? Captain Vance says he is hoping to take his wife out to dinner. Wife Charlie says she's trying to convince Captain Vance to maybe get some carry out, maybe some Netflix and chill. Welcome home, Captain Vance. In Taylor, Sean Lay, Local 4.
Got it. All right, Sean. Michigan is reporting its second highest number of new COVID-19 cases this week.
The state has confirmed 594 more cases. That's down more than 100 from yesterday's 699. However, sadly, we have lost 3 more Michiganders to the virus.
The Richmond Community School District has suspended 3 of its sports programs, volleyball, football, and cross country, after a still unspecified number of students have tested positive for COVID. School believes the students contracted the virus at an event away from school. And as we told you at 5, the whole MSU football team right now under quarantine for 14 days after 2 staff members and a player tested positive for COVID-19.
Last night, the CDC released updated guidelines and resources on reopening our nation's schools. As with the previous guidelines, they lean heavily in favor of in-person learning. Today, the head of the CDC hosted a media telebriefing to answer questions about the guidelines.
It's in the best public health interest of the K through 12s for them to get back in school. There were many negative public health consequences that happened to the K through 12 individuals as a consequence of school closure.
While that is the overarching theme of the CDC's guidelines, Director Dr. Robert Redfield did acknowledge the positivity rate is currently too high in some hot spots. The update includes several checklists for parents to evaluate the potential risks and benefits for their child and their family. The guidelines suggest schools consider keeping children in pods to reduce the risk of spread. They also encourage the use of masks, social distancing, and hand hygiene. They recommend against schools screening all students for fevers or other symptoms, but say sick children should absolutely stay at home. In the event of a confirmed case, the guidelines recommend 2 to 5 day closures for cleaning and consulting with local health authorities.
I do believe it's important that we reopen these schools with the understanding that COVID is still here.
That's right, and Dr. Redfield said as a father of 5 and grandfather of 11, he understands the trepidation and worry parents are feeling, but he remains convinced that the benefits of in-person school outweigh the risks for most children, though admitting that will be an individual decision each family has to make.
President Trump has picked up the endorsement of Michigan's largest police union, but the union president has some fact-checking to do when it comes to President Trump's opponent in the election. Grant Herm's covering this story. The endorsement comes during a time when law enforcement, of course, is so under the microscope, Grant.
Yeah, Devin, the endorsement isn't a surprise here. The president's pretty popular with law enforcement in Michigan, but the timing of this endorsement, coupled with the president's call for federal officers here in Detroit, has raised a few eyebrows.
This week, the state's most powerful police union endorsing the president in the 2020 election. Police Officers Association of Michigan President James Tiganelli said the president has earned their backing for his support of surplus military sales to police, his promise to veto a congressional bill that would limit officer immunity, and Trump's resistance to calls to defund departments. Tiganelli falsely claiming defunding police is the goal of his opponent, former Vice President Joe Biden. Biden wrote in a recent op-ed he does not support defunding the police either. Our officers are under attack and are being told to stand down. At a time when civic leaders are choosing to tolerate televised felonies because a group of people is offended, we need real leadership, Tiganelli writes, reducing nationwide protests for racial equality to hurt feelings.
There is nobody more close to my heart than policemen and women.
The association also endorsed Trump back in 2016 and is an active supporter of GOP candidates. This year, the endorsement comes as the president has pivoted to a law and order style campaign, vowing to send federal officers to Detroit, claiming widespread violence needed to be quelled. In response to the endorsement, the president's re-election campaign said in a statement, this major endorsement is a testament to the actions President Trump has taken to restore law and order in our country.
We did reach out to the Biden campaign, but did not get a comment back today. The president is down in the Michigan polls here against Biden by 9 points, just 101 days from the November election. Back to you.
All right, Grant, thanks. A beautiful summer day today.
Yeah, but the humidity is creeping back in a big way. Let's check in with Ben.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, the weekend half humid but 100% hot. Those are the numbers we're looking at, but we're also talking our first hurricane of the season and Tigers opening day forecast all next.
Biking is a great socially distanced sport, and this weekend you can bike to help sick children. I'll explain how.